Hi there, welcome back to another quick video. In this one, we are looking at Hcmc. In this one, I'm talking about why I personally believe that Hcmc does have that long-term potential and where I think the stock could go in the future from now. If you may enjoy this episode, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are trying to grow the channel and we talk about Hcmc and other stocks all the time. Now that I have said that though, let's jump straight into this video. Right, so looking at our screen right now, we can see that today Hcmc is actually up for once. Now this comes after a very long sell-off. We can see gains today from about 9:30 of 41.6%, so of course it is up a very significant amount, and this is what we were looking for a very long time, because of course a lot of people were down on their investment. Now you could be asking why this has happened today, and that is a very good question, because once again a lot of stocks on the market are down, so of course to see Hcmc up for once is a very interesting thing, which we aren't honestly used to seeing with this stock. Well, of course guys, nobody knows for sure, but in this one I'm going to give my opinions. So first things first, I want to talk about the price action that we have been seeing around Hcmc in the past few weeks. Well, initially we did have that big pump up in price, as we do obviously know, but of course then we had a huge decrease. The past 5 days is unfortunately still red, and that is not what we like to see. Now we have leveled out at this price point of 0.001, we can see we are basically coming back up from there, and I think this was to be expected. Now of course a lot of people were concerned only yesterday about the issuing of more shares, diluting the amount of shares available, and of course this is not what we like to see. It is a bad thing in my opinion short term, but long term I think this stock definitely could have some potential. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment, but I'm going to talk about what I think this one could do short term right now. Okay, so initially guys, I think there is going to be a lot of pressure around Hcmc. Obviously a lot of people are hyped about this one. I think today when it dipped down to the lows that I actually did earlier today, a lot of people probably bought into this stock, and I know that personally I actually added more shares to my position, and now I have over 500,000 shares of this stock. So of course, yeah, I actually did utilize this opportunity to buy the dip, and of course it kind of did pay off, because from the point that I bought in around here, I am actually still up, but of course I am still down on the first amount of shares that I bought, which was 185,000 at the high. So you can see that overall I am still down, but today clawed back a significant amount of money, and I am happy to see that. So I think going forwards into tomorrow, we're looking at a very interesting time for Hcmc. I think this one could get back on the growth, hopefully going into tomorrow, but I'm not too sure how long it will last for, and I don't think it matters. A lot of people are talking about Hcmc as a stock that they are very bullish on, and I absolutely do understand that, but we also need to be realistic. Guys, it's not going to rocket overnight by 10 times, 20 times like people think that it is. Obviously long term it does have that potential, but overnight that is not going to happen, and people do need to be conscientious of that. So that is a one thing that I would stress, as I have done in previous episodes. Yes, this one could go up by a significant amount, but of course I don't believe it's going to happen overnight, and there is also the potential that it could go down and then subsequently fail, and you could lose a lot of money. So I'm going to say it again, only risk what you are willing to lose, but as we are right now, I think it's not the worst price point to buy in. I would personally wait until mid-session tomorrow to see how things move, because on the other hand, we could see a bit more of a sell-off tomorrow after this big amount of action today. So of course mid-session tomorrow will give us an indication of how the stock is going to be moving going forwards. Right, so now first things first, I want to talk about why I can see this stock exploding going forwards, and of course looking at what the company does. Now this is coming from Hcmc's website, you can see up here, and it basically talks about their business strategy. Now it is a very brief way to talk about it, but I think that is good, and it basically tells us all that we need to know. So basically the four main aspects of the business are to 1. Attempt to expand upon and monetize its patent suite. So of course we're not going to go too much into that one. We've had a lot of talk about this one in the past, and of course a lot of ongoing talk about their patents, but we're not going to go too much into that, but it definitely could pay off for them, but it's just a bit unclear how this section is moving so far. What we do know, however, is that they obviously operate in health food stores and of course vitamin stores, so basically they are looking to potentially expand in the future. I think this also could improve revenue for the company, and definitely could see the share price increase going forwards as well. Obviously on top of that, they are looking to operate and potentially expand upon its 9 vape retail stores and the 4 fourth thing which they are looking to do is, of course, seek out new attractive business lines which they could add to their portfolio. So, of course, a lot of stuff going on from a strategy point of view. On top of that, we already know what is going on with the company, the fact they operate healthier choices, alternatives to everyday lifestyle. So I think that is very interesting as well. I think this is a very well emerging market, and of course a lot of people are interested in this one. And if you do want to have a quick look on their website, you can get a bit more of an in-depth look, and if you want to have a more in-depth look in another video, I can definitely do that for you. But basically, I think looking at what the company actually does, there is a lot of potential for this company going forwards. It definitely could see big growth in my opinion. I think it really does have the fundamentals there to help it grow right now. And looking back at the prices that we have been seeing over the past 5 days, I think this goes into what I have said in many a previous episode. A lot of people were getting into this one for the 26th, thinking that it was going to explode, and of course that was not what happened. So initially we saw a big sell-off on the morning of the 26th, which does make sense, and it was selling off for the for the last few days after that. And once again, I can completely understand why. A lot of the market has been down once again, so it is not too concerning. But once we hit those lows today, I think a lot of people saw Hcmc as an absolute steal and started adding more shares to their portfolio. So I am pretty happy to see this one. I think it could see more growth going forwards. And I think if you are getting to Hcmc, I would personally hold it for the long term. And when I say long term, I mean the next 12 months, because I think in the next 12 months and beyond is where we are really going to see the benefits of the share price and where we can really see it take off. Because right now, yes, there is some attention around it, but it's not got that much attention right now. Of course, it is still relatively cheap, but I would definitely say only risk what you can afford to lose. But I am happy to see this one up again today. I think it's not too bad of a buy right now, but I would definitely wait until mid-session tomorrow to see if it does start to level out. But yeah, guys, this is a company which does have some real potential, like I've said in many a previous episode. I'm happy with the fact that it's up today, and I can see this one continuing into the next few weeks. So basically, my main reason for this one being up is I think a lot of people were looking to get into Hcmc or even add more shares, and of course now at the bargain price that we saw earlier this morning, I think a lot of people saw it as a real discount and of course simply just bought more and subsequently forced the price up towards the end of the day. But please tell me what you think down in the comment section. I would love to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.